All right, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to week 9. That is right, week number 9 of your fall 2019 7314 course reference sources and services. And I am your professor, Dr. Jace K. Austin. And today, our lecture check-in video, or whatever you want to call it, is going to be mandatory. Even though I'm not actually showing you how to do something this time around. Now, we'll have another mandatory one coming up in a week or two where I am going to be showing you a few basics with LibGuides, but even though I am not going to show you how to modify or edit Wikipedia pages, I am making this mandatory because I want to explain why this assignment is being done, as well as soapbox just a little bit on the implications and ramifications of Wikipedia use when searching for information. So, first let's take a look at our assignment prompt. You're gonna go here and scroll. So yeah, the LibGuide assignment is gonna be due not too long after the Wikipedia assignment, so there will be another mandatory video coming very soon for the LibGuide assignment, but we're doing Wikipedia today. So, here we go. We have this Wikipedia assignment, and this assignment is worth 30 points. So it was not worth as much as your virtual reference practice paper, but it still has a significant point weight total. Now, this is my favorite assignment in the class, and I will just say the reason that this is my favorite assignment is because this allows for my students to contribute something to society for the greater good of society, and you are not just creating something for use right here in the class. This is something that will expand much more broadly, and hopefully there will be people outside of this class and maybe even outside of the state of Missouri who are going to be looking over what you've done to edit your Wikipedia page, and hopefully they will be thankful for what you have done. Now, for one thing, I want you all to pick something that you're interested in. And so if you are not interested in anything whatsoever, I do have this page here. And you can try to find some ideas from those pages there. But I would really just like for you to find something that you are interested in and go ahead and go full hard on and find a way to edit, enhance, and improve a page on a subject that you are interested in. So, what page should you edit? If you want to get up with me, if you want to email me and ask me if a particular Wikipedia page is okay to edit, you are more than welcome to do that. I will probably say yes. So that is in relation to that first question. How do you edit a Wikipedia page? Let me just make sure that my links are still operating. That one is, so that should help you. And that one also is, so that should help you. Now, if you find any videos on Wikipedia or anything of that nature that also explains how to edit a Wikipedia page, please feel free. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and look at that video and, follow the steps that you see in the video. But like I said, I'm not going to be showing you an example right now, in part because I don't want to compromise any Wikipedia pages already in existence. I think that just supplying you with the directions should do. What should you include in your edit? Make sure that your edit make sure that you have at least one major edit and add at least one reference. Your edit should contribute substantial information and meaningful substance. The information that you add should not be trivial. So, for instance, your added information shouldn't be something weird, like if you are, I don't know, editing George Washington's page, your edit should not be something strange, like the second letter in George Washington's last name was A. I mean, it's true, but so what? So please don't make some trivial enhancement. Please actually do something that is going to enrich the page that you edit. And the page can be about a person, it can be about a town or a city or a country, it can be about a song or whatever, it's whatever, a TV show, go for it. I'm going to be pretty laid back on this. Now, one person has already turned in the Wikipedia edit assignment, and so for that person, I am not going to hold you accountable to this, but and I'm not going to actually deduct points from anyone else on this either, but I am going to add, after a student asked me, I'm like, yeah, that's a good idea. So I am going to add, if you wish to include screenshots of before and after your edit, it helps me out and will be appreciated. So I am not requiring that. I might start requiring it next semester, but I definitely want to note that language and put that language in there. What should you turn in at the end of the assignment? You should turn in your Wikipedia edit, which would include URLs for the page that you edited, as well as the revision history for that same page, and a report of edit and reflection. So I want you to do as you see here. You should include a one-page write-up that documents and summarizes the changes that you made to the site, what you learned about Wikipedia culture and editing, and librarians and scholars' relationship with Wikipedia. You should also have a 1 to 2 page reflection paper that indicates that you reflected on information-seeking habits and information communication to end users. This reflection should demonstrate that you are thinking about how to communicate information to end users in the most effective way possible, including discussing differences among end users and their information-seeking habits. Please double space, please use 12-point font. Okay, some of this other stuff here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I've got to save that. Just trying to get back to my rubric. And there it is. So here are the things that you are going to be graded on. Contribute substantial information to the source. If you make an edit that I don't feel contributes substantial information to the source, I am going to hit you probably in the below expectations range. But try to contribute a good deal of substantial information to this source. And a good deal of information can be just 2 sentences, but if they are 2 impact sentences, then that's what matters. Clearly marked and apparent, including references and changes to the text in the edit. Reflection includes 1-page documentation of the changes made, and reflection should also demonstrate that you reflected on communicating information to the end users. The reflection also needs to you need to demonstrate reflection on diverse user information needs and how to meet those needs. And if you've been reading your textbook, then you should have at least a fledgling and beginning understanding of what is meant there. Okay, so now that we have gotten that out of the way, we are 10 minutes in, and we are going to use the other 10 minutes to listen to me put this in a little bit of context and explain to you why I think this is an important assignment. Now, so here's the soapboxing that I'm going to start doing, and just trying to contextualize why I think Wikipedia is such a big deal that it even deserves time in this reference class, even though if you are doing academic research as a librarian, you're probably not citing Wikipedia unless you are using, well, not using, you're probably not citing Wikipedia unless you are writing about Wikipedia. That is probably when you will be citing Wikipedia, but you're not citing them as a viable source generally, even though Wikipedia is not particularly inaccurate. I think there was a study done that showed that Wikipedia is close to being as accurate as Encyclopedia Britannica. Now, the issue there, though, is the issue isn't really with how accurate Wikipedia is. The issue is with authority. The issue is with authorship. And this kind of reflects that. Wikipedia is very unstable. Wikipedia can be changed at the drop of a dime by anyone. And even though there is a community of people who fact check and remove things or add things or clarify things, you are still susceptible to having suspect information in Wikipedia, even for a brief period of time, and you don't know who is adding what. This concerns me, folks. I think this should have been, now I'm a person who works in the information field, and I kind of theorize about information, so that's something that needs to be taken into account as I say this. However, this is scary. I think that the public at large should be kind of alarmed by this. There is one man, and I don't know his name. Do you all know his name? I will know his name once I scroll down, Stephen Pruitt, but I don't remember his name. I've spoken about him in past iterations of this course, but I never remember his name, and that's another thing. So 2.5 million Wikipedia edits. This man is believed to be, he is believed to be involved in possibly a third of the Wikipedia pages that exist. It's believed that he may have put edits in as many as a third of those Wikipedia pages. 2.5 million edits, 540 edits per day. And that's that figure right there, averaging 540 edits per day. Think about that for a second, y'all. Who the hell is this guy? This Stephen Pruitt is a guy who goes around making hundreds of edits to Wikipedia per week, and we don't know who this guy is. We don't know what his biases are. We don't know what agenda he has. We can assume that he's a good guy just doing it for the good of the people. But what if he wasn't? What if there was a malevolent intent? And this guy is altering this much information, editing this much information, and he's doing it pretty much pseudo-anonymously, because nobody really pays attention to who is making the edits. I shouldn't say nobody, but very few people pay close attention to who's making these edits. So my man here is kind of pseudo-anonymous. There's no byline in Wikipedia stories. And so, yeah, we've got just basically a phantom force here that is making hundreds of edits a week, thousands of edits a month to information that people digest and that people tend to actually trust. And this makes me very, very uncomfortable, because I am someone who believes that In the future, charismatic leaders, maybe even in the present, but definitely in the future, I think there will be charismatic leaders who use information resources on the web and social media and some other things in order to manipulate, deceive, and divide the populace. And you've heard the phrase divide and conquer. Divide and conquer, to my knowledge, is a legitimate military tactic. And now, divide and conquer may be something that we can do without stepping foot on a battlefield. Divide and conquer may be something that people can do just by doing this, just by editing Wikipedia, editing people's information sources, and creating chains, creating lines of information that are so divided. And I like to use MSNBC versus Fox as an example. You have such divided information that you're actually creating two realities that don't do well when they meet one another. So if you're watching MSNBC all the time, you've created this bubble of facts for yourself. And if you're watching Fox News all the time, you've created that bubble of facts for yourself. And so I see it all the time, people communicating on Facebook or social media, and they aren't aware of the things that their particular network doesn't report on. And their particular network deliberately reports only on things, or mostly on things, that fit a narrative that satisfies the emotions, the affective realm of the target audience. So that is what I look at when it comes to Wikipedia. And I just don't even think this should be allowed. The moment that you have one man or one individual editing millions of things in Wikipedia, something dangerous can be happening. Let's not look at any modern day person, but what if Hitler or Goebbels or whomever, somebody with an agenda, went in and started with these mass edits to Wikipedia, pretty much undetected? The ramifications, I don't even want to know. Moving on from that level of soapboxing to a little bit less of a soapbox. So if you haven't seen these yet, you're going to see them in professional practice because they are commonly done. But there are these things called edit-a-thons, and basically you have gather edit-a-thons, and they can be related to the arts or related to the sciences or social issues or anything of that nature. But librarians and other information professionals get in on these Wikipedia edit-a-thons in order to, in a collaborative, coordinated effort, improve Wikipedia pages. Look out for these edit-a-thons because they can be kind of fun to participate in, and they happen fairly frequently. I get calls to participate in edit-a-thons forwarded to me probably 3 or 4 times a year at the very minimum. And you can find these yourself. You can Google for edit-a-thons and you'll find various ones that are being sponsored or hosted or coordinated. So I would strongly, strongly encourage you all, as people who care about information dissemination, to participate in Wikipedia edit-a-thons in the future as professionals, and to just do other things to implement some quality control in the information that communities digest. Because it is that information that shapes their worldview, therefore shaping their reality and their, I should say, perceived reality. And therefore if we have a lot of ugliness on this front, a lot of danger on this front, there could be catastrophic results. But I'm no Nostradamus. That is just simply my opinion. We are 20 minutes in, and so we are out. Later.